5, 4, 3.
You make me think of Rick James. I like that. So, yo, that's it. We are back. Michael Anthony Joseph. And I'm not doing any editing. So, yes, I was complimenting the producer. You know, he got the whole Rick James thing going. But anyway, you're back with me on the making of a star. Yes, I'm still here. I still have the show. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys caught the last one and catch the next one. So anyway, I got one of my this guy's family. He's family. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the actors that made me teach because when he came through, he became my student, and it made me get into teaching. There's like certain students that make you want to do what you do. It's not just about the money. It's like it was really fun to see him get better and better. You know what I'm saying? We was going in. I gave him some hard stuff to do too. Right? My man Juan in the house.
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me on the show.
Juan Ortiz.
Yeah.
I'll be happy when you come on the show and do some acting. You know what I mean? Like, come on the show and like let's hit the big studio. You can hear a pin drop. No comment.
Ah, no, I'm here, man.
You'll come on the show and do a monologue.
I don't know. I don't know. That's something I'm not really like. Depends.
What are you working on now? Juan? What are you working on?
Uh,
The basics of a show is where you been,
all
where
right.
you at,
Well,
and where you going.
well, right now I'm producing and working on directing a project called The Contract. It's a short. I was just filming last week. I'm not done filming that. Uh, I have another project on post production. Gunmetal Ghosts.
Hmm.
And a few other shorts that I'm working on that I've been writing and casting and pretty much producing and directing myself. I have another project that's supposed to be coming out soon called No Cure, directed and written by my boy Ricky Rick. So, got a few things lined up and just, writing, working, and creating. So, those are the few things I got. Not to name everything, but that's a few stuff I got working that I'm working on right now.
So I was like, yeah, okay, happy to bring you on the show to do the show because I normally don't even be here this time. I be here at night. I come at 6. But yeah, I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, I should ask Juan to do his resume because you've been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you probably don't want to get up in on here and call off your
No, no,
everything you've
I
been
don't want to
on.
mention everything, but that's a few stuff that I'm working on. Like right now, like I was filming last week. Like I said, the project called the Contract, which is a short that I'm putting together. I put it together, casted some of the talent, and I'm kind of acting and directing in it. So I was filming last week out here in the city, and I'm supposed to be finish wrapping up the final scene soon. Somewhere in Connecticut, we'll be filming. So that's something I'm working on right now, and a few other stuff that I'm putting together.
So, you come on the show, right? And you bring me all the clips from every film, mini series, low budget film, YouTube. You've done a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
So, like, can you put a reel of a fly? Can we make a reel?
I mean, I have a reel. I'm working on updating my reel eventually, but I do have a reel.
The reel that you showed me, what I saw before,
Was
did
it?
you update it since then?
No, but I'm gonna update it, but I haven't. But
Yeah.
I've been doing so much. I mean, it's just for
The
me.
reel that you have, right, is from actual jobs that you did.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm talking about, what I like to see, well, I was talking about that too, putting everything you've done into one reel.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to see, like for the making of a star, I want to show the different characters and then shoot them from scratch. You know, where the scene is really about you. You know, where you're the main character in each scene, but it shows the different sides: protagonist, antagonist, um, the victim, the hero. You know, to really show off your skills. But you ever think about like, cause like as I look at you and listen to you, all I think is all you need is a break. I really like and to be introduced to the right people. Like I could see you at the award shows. You know,
Yeah.
meeting the right people at the award shows.
Well, how I look at it, a break is a break, depending on what you look at. If you're saying a big break or some like, what is your standard of what you're trying to do? For me, it's all about just working and creating work. You know, doing what I love, being able to film. Um, I've been doing acting for 20 years, and I've learned from everybody that I worked with. Um, like I was able to go to California and do a project out there, and to go out there and work in Cali with people. Worked on a project called "How to Kill Your Coworkers and Get Away with It," and
Yo, you be working on some of the coolest
so it's like
titles.
I don't have an agent, I don't have a manager, but I always tell people out there, don't ever sit back and wait for someone to give you an opportunity. We're in the year 2025, not 1985, where now you have access to be able to go out there and make things happen for yourself. The resources are there. So I started acting in 2005 before social media like ever existed. There was no Instagram, none of that. So it's like I just went by like, okay, I did a project. My first project was Van Voice Park, which is an independent film. And 2005, I didn't know nothing about acting. I did that project, and when I did that project, again, no experience with acting. It was a project that was filmed in Jersey, and when I did that, it was like, okay, I didn't know nothing about the business, so it was like, how do I get work? Wow, how else do I go from here? Because it was something given to me without me even, like, I wasn't looking to act. It was like nothing. It was just being at the right place at the right time. So once I did that, for like first 5 years after that, I didn't do no work because I was the person that was supposed to manage me at the time. You know, I kind of sat back and waited for that person to find work for me and get me work. And for 5 years, I didn't do nothing. So that's when I was like, you know what? If I really want to do this, I got to go out there and make my own moves. I can't sit back and expect somebody to give me an opportunity. I got to put myself out there. Not only that, learn the craft, become great at what I do, which is acting, and learn. So it's like I just, you know, kept going. Obviously, you was one of the people I met. You know, I remember you was one of the people I met back, I don't know how long at this point. It's like ancient time, but it's like I met you.
It's been like 10 years.
And I met you, no, it's longer than that. I met you in a casting.
It's been longer than 10 years?
Yeah, I met you in a casting through, I was on Craigslist, and I seen an ad. It's like, you know, looking for actors, models, said the dress and all that. So I'm like, you know, let me check this out. And I went to Manhattan, this big building. I don't remember what address it was, and I walked in. It was the guy, you know, Brad, you know what I'm saying? He took my photos. Hey, you know, go next door. It's a guy named Mike. And I walked in, I met you. So it's like, how I look at it is like, it's like a domino. It's like, you know how you got dominoes lined up? One knocks down the other and it keeps going. That's how I look at my everything's a process. You know, I know people that get into acting and it's like I'm gonna get to acting now. They got no experience. And then within first year or two, it's like, oh, I'm not booking the work or I quit. It's like, it's not supposed to be easy. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta let me speak. I'm
It's
gonna forget what I was saying.
It's a process. So it's like, to end it on this note, like,
No, pause. You're not ending because I'm just gonna ask you to say something.
I always been the type of person, from my experience now, just doing this as long as I've been doing, to hustle, grind, and put myself out there. Like I did a movie in Cali, and it's like I went over there. I took the trip and went over there. I didn't make excuses. One thing I say to people: excuses don't make results. You know, I know a lot of people that want to act, but they don't. They won't even come over here to come on the show. Oh, it's too far, or something like that. Like stuff like that. That's like, if you really want it, you're gonna go out there. You're gonna put yourself out there. You're not gonna make excuses.
Okay. Now, from listening to what you're saying, don't take this the wrong way, Juan. All right. I hear some misconceptions, right? And I hear words that you may use one word where I would use a different word, right? Or you might be saying it one way where I would say it another way. Now, I don't want you to be, I'm not trying to offend you or anything, but, you know, I'll always be your big brother in the business. You know, if I tell you something, you can take it to the bank, because I could never lie to you. So, there's nothing wrong with being ambitious and getting work on your own, going out and keeping your head on the grind and submitting yourself for auditions. And, you know, to take on an agent doesn't mean you're looking for help. It doesn't mean that you looking for somebody to give you something. No, the agent is all part of the system. There's a system, right? And it's just like when you go to the doctor, right? Normally you got to get a referral from another doctor, from your primary doctor, to go see the specialist. But when you go see the doctor, when you first walk in, you got to see the triage nurse, right? Because the triage is there. She take your temperature, right? She say, what's wrong with you, right? And then after that, you see the doctor. And the doctor check you. Then the doctor move you on, right? Yo, well, you need glasses or whatever, right? And acting is the same process. So you knocked one of those people out of the process, and you've been doing their job. So you're missing out on a whole dynamic of the business by you doing the work too. Okay, because you're thinking of the word. It's just a misconception. It's the agent's job. That nigga's getting paid. A lot of agents are richer than the clients. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when you walk into the movie business, they have a whole high nonchalant. They have the Paramount Pictures, TriStar. They have the big money budgets, the distribution deals. You know, and it comes down to the writers. And the writers have directors, you know. But when it comes all the way down to us, the actors, we don't know them. They don't know us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they have agents. You see? So when you get one of these Hollywood agents to rep, it's a totally different ball game.
I agree.
But see, what I feel is like this. All they need, a director just needs to see your talent. You know what I'm saying? If your goal is to become filthy rich and famous and be a big movie star, then you're going to have to go. You have to be famous. You got to get hit. You got to hit the main people. That's why I said you need a break. Like somebody that's connected, that is at the Oscars, that's at the Filmmakers Awards, that can say this guy's an up-and-coming director, up-and-coming writer. He's the future, you know. That's the break. That's all it really takes is an elbow to hit.
But you never know when that break could come.
Yeah.
now, 5 years from now,
When that
15 years from now.
no, but
I just
no,
tell
let me
people
finish.
it's like don't lose sleep or break your head over that.
Yeah,
Just,
I know, but you're giving advice. I hear you. Okay. Bula bless you. No, what's I got it mixed up. I meant to say, well, who's the man from Star Wars? The little smart boy with the ears? Never mind. What is his name? Yoda. Yoda.
oh,
He just went Yoda on me. I understand. But what I'm saying is, for you to be multi talented, you gotta be around the people with the money, the big people like Tyler Perry and Oprah and anybody affiliated with them. And the Spanish TV people, you know, all of them, Lucha, all of the you know, they, I, I'm in the union, so I get invited to shows. I get invited to what they do. They have one thing called the Conversations, and it's on YouTube. You can look it up, the Conversations, and they talk to different stars, and the stars tell about how they made it and everything. And then they have this thing called the Business, and they have seminars. I'll invite you because I know you got to come from Jersey, but I'll let you know if you like one and you want to go. You let me know. But they have seminars where they like the Reverend when my man did the Reverend, they show the movie and then the stars come out on the stage and sit and answer questions and stuff. So, you know, they have award shows for up and coming writers like you. People, for what you're doing, the union is endorsing y'all. They helping people do their own movies. Why not? Why turn down the same people that you need to get picked up?
who turns them down?
I'm saying don't. I'm
I
saying
never said I turn them down.
don't turn
I just
them
said
down.
I'm working. I'm doing what I'm doing. I never said I turn them down. If the right agent comes, cool. But it
Yeah.
doesn't. I don't
Not
have it.
just the agent though. You need
Yeah.
an agent. The agent,
want
yeah,
him- 'cause
I
you
would
brung up-
definitely
you brung
connect you
up
to
the-
an
You
agent.
brung up agent, so it's like since you brung agent, like
Yeah,
I,
you need
if
an
the right
agent.
agent comes, cool. Like just like the right opportunity, I'll take it on. But
As a writer, you need an agent.
for me, I'm just like my mind says like I'm working. As I'm working and what I'm doing is working for me, meaning I'm working. Like I did a movie in Cali. Like I'm gonna say that I did a full feature film. I was filming for
Yeah,
a
no,
whole
I think I saw
for a
some
whole
pictures
week
of
out
you.
there. I was filming, and I never worked in Cali, so I'm working with actors from out there and all that. So it was like for me, it was like that was a whole experience. So it's like I got that just by being at the right place, knowing people, and not being not making excuses. Pretty much putting myself out there.
Well, with an agent, you'll travel back and forth to
Yeah.
LA.
And I have no problem
You
traveling.
know, but I'm saying if they want you, I mean, when I did Lean on Me, right?
Yeah.
Remember the fat kid, the
forgot
one
his
that
name.
was a pain in the behind,
What's his name? I forgot.
Ant
his name.
Hopkins,
Yeah.
right? He went to
He
jail.
was in the
for
movie
real, though.
Juice.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was a pain in the behind on set too, in real life. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He make you laugh. He was funny, but I introduced him to my agent, and my agent got him a reading in L.A. for the Red Fox show before Red Fox passed, and that's the thing about. See, the thing is this: let's say you're this. You know, I talk vivid. I see things vividly, right? So here it is. You got Picasso, right? And he's living over the church in this little cabin, in this little part of the castle, right? And all he does is sit there and paint. First, I was thinking as here we are in Spain somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And you see the lake, and you're looking out through the castle window, and you just sit there and you read, and you write scripts, and by accident, someone's looking for the priest or whatever, and the priest says the only answer for you is to talk to our writer. And the priest sends the guy to your little cabin, and he knocks on the door, and you come over, and he reads one of your writings, and he says, "Oh, this is fantastic. This is fantastic." He's like, "I know people all over the world that would love to hear your writings. You could be famous. I'll do the work. I'll go and I'll just spread your word everywhere." and you say, no, I want to do it myself. That's the same as saying I don't want an agent. Because that's the agent is the one that just read some of your work.
Yeah.
It's like seeing your monologue.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I need to get you known to everybody. And you say, no, I'm going to do it myself. Because you
Yeah.
can do it yourself. I get it. But I bet you that agent know more people.
Yeah, of course.
So,
I don't know who would say no to that.
I would like to, what I want you to do is I want you to be, well, you are as far as I'm concerned. You're the member of my ensemble, okay?
Yeah.
You're one of my first actors. So I'm doing the ensemble. You can help me put it together. You know any actors that's good?
I'm trying to bring people to you.
Bring them to me.
Not to name people, but
I'll interview them right there.
like, I got a question, and it's just I want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about actors, right? That they want to act, I'm an actor, I want to act, and then they get opportunities, like let's say to come on your show,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll turn it down because they don't want to travel 30 minutes to New York. Like that for me, it's like mind blowing. It's like you're an actor, but you don't even want to travel. Like you have restrictions within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know actors that like I'll offer them opportunities for maybe directors that are looking for actors, or even to come on your show, and they'll
People
say,
from Jersey don't want to come to New York.
and they live like 25
That's
minutes from the city,
ridiculous.
and I'm like, so you want to be an actor, but you don't want to travel 25 minutes to the city. So how you an actor? How you even gonna even get
New York transportation is expensive.
well, listen, I'm from Jersey.
And it costs
man.
money to drive over the bridge. And
I mean,
I remember when I was in Jersey, you never came to my place in Jersey, right?
Nah, never. I didn't know you
That's when I
lived in
left.
Jersey.
Because after I left where I was on 98th
Yeah.
Street, I moved to Jersey.
What part?
The Jersey City.
Oh, that's where I'm from.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I came over there and I had a nice
Yeah.
place.
Nah, I know actors from Jersey that they're like
They refuse to come to New
25
York.
minutes from the city, right?
Mhm.
And they'll turn down stuff just because they don't want to travel. And I'm like, how you want to be an actor? I did a movie in Cali. That's way farther. And you complaining about Jersey and New York, which is like literally right there.
Mhm.
Like, it's mind blowing for me how some people just
Well,
like.
if sometimes they do shoot in Jersey, but anybody that lives in Jersey that wants to be an actor better get used to the fact that they got to come to New York.
yeah.
It's all
the
a
stuff
part
I've
of being
done,
an actor is in
like
New York.
95% of stuff I've done has been in New York.
Yeah.
I've been in like all over.
Very rare
I've learned,
does a van bring you
like,
to New
yeah,
York.
I've learned about New York just coming out here and doing projects. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've been in Queens, Brooklyn. I don't know anything about none of these parts, but I've
Mm-hmm.
learned just because I know some of the shoots are in these places and I have to go. I can't, I'm not going to go because it's far. Like, then how I'm going to do this? How I'm going to even get a chance of being on this film or come on the show or this and that? Like, I had to take an Uber and public transportation all the way this
Well,
way.
see, let me explain something, right? That's why it's good to get every component of the chain together. Meaning, you don't have to have the manager and the agent, but sometimes you have a mentor,
Yeah.
you have an acting coach, you have an agent, you definitely have a photographer to do your headshots, right? You have a video person to do your reel,
Yeah.
right? An editor. But then you have the connections that's in your pocket, but you also have your niche because your face tells a story. Every actor's face tells a story. So I'm starting my academy. I'm starting to do everything because I have the space. I have everything. I have the show. I have the space from the show. I have my place. I'm doing everything I want to do. The director's role, the writer's circle, the ensemble, the actors. I'm doing everything. So I know a director wants to see you scared. Either it's a horror movie, they want to see you shoot somebody, right? Either you're the victim or you're the hero, right? So I'm going to make reels for people. We're going to take scenes from real movies and reenact them. But see, what my school, my academy, is built on you, your niche. I'm not going to have you doing Shakespeare and stuff that has nothing to do with what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they're going to stereotype you, right? So one of the good things about you is that you have a look that can transform, and you can be almost anything. You can switch from Spanish. Did we talk about this before?
Yeah.
You can switch to What is another one? You could be a Habib,
Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern. Yo, you put that whole Muslim thing on,
Yeah.
forget it. See, me, I give you a scene with each one of those characters.
I just feel like a lot of actors that, you know, are in the business and pursuing this, they put too many restrictions with themselves and make too many excuses. And it's like, how you expect to go like from here to here if you don't even want to do something simple as like travel 20 minutes or it's just like I've noticed. I don't know if you have seen or experienced
That sounds like
it.
stress that comes from working behind the scenes. Getting
No,
people to
it-
show up at one place is a
It's
hard
just
thing to
it's
do.
just I seen people that I know
Trying to get people
like,
together for
like
your
that,
shoots.
a bunch of stuff, or just me being an actor and it's like I'll know a filmmaker that's looking for actors. I'm like, all right, let me see if I make calls. I'm like, hey, yo, you want to do this movie? Nah, I don't know. I ain't really trying to go to New York. It's too far. And I'm like, what? Like, you're like 30 minutes. Like, that's your excuse? It's just stuff like that as I look at it like people, it's like they hold themselves back. Pretty much are making excuses. I don't make excuses. Every time you told me to
Well,
come
I
to
never
your show,
had a problem with you.
every time
I'm
you told me
telling
to come, every time you told me to
used to come
come,
rain, sleet, or snow.
yo, I didn't make excuses. If I tell
No,
you,
you
I'm
don't
gonna,
make no
if I tell
excuses.
you I'm gonna be there, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be there.
That's
Like,
true.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make excuses.
Well, see, can I say something? I mean, for instance, I can't make excuses for people either. And the thing is that a lot of people have to have that drive to go and you know get wet, get cold. I mean, I got invited to the Christmas party that year when I worked for Joy Todd because I did this movie Shock to what was it? Shock to the System, or was it? Well, Mick Jagger. I met Mick Jagger. Sat next to Mick Jagger. He don't drink or nothing, and Bill Nunn and everything, and I froze my ass off because it was freezing cold. We was out by the bridge in January. The water was ice.
Part of the
You
game.
know what I'm saying? and they wetting the set. I'm playing a homeless person laying there in a puddle of water, and my clothes is wet and turning into ice
And you gotta stay there until it's
for
done.
16 hours. Y'all
They
work
don't-
y'all. They kept putting me in the wardrobe room and putting the steam on me, literally throwing me off. And they changed my outfit. I had like 16 of the same outfit with the same holes and everything, playing a homeless person.
Well, like you said, you gotta have.
After that, she was giving me speaking roles.
You gotta have the drive. A lot of people don't got the drive. If they don't want to travel 20,
yeah, but coming
20
to New York is a nightmare. When you talk about the transportation in New York,
it could be,
but see, once you start working,
this is where the business is at.
once
though.
you can get transportation.
Yeah.
Like on set, they have pickups. You know, if they
Well, if you
take
coming from Jersey, you
if
still
you
gotta
telling
get it
them-
in Manhattan.
if you telling them that you're coming from Jersey, that's different.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who live in Jersey lie and say that they live in New York, and then they get called for a job that's in New York, so they got to come to New York.
Like you said, you gotta have the drive. And there's a lot of people like they don't have that hunger. They're not willing to make sacrifices for their craft. Like they'll make sacrifices for everything else. Like you know, whether it's like their relationship with their boyfriend or girlfriend. They'll make time for all the other stuff. But when it comes to their craft, they make 1,000 excuses. Oh,
Well,
nah.
let's change subject a little bit. But I no disrespect. But you're right. But when you really think about it, as an actor, you do more than that. It's not just about bending and going with the wind, and going from New York to LA. I mean, from Jersey to Manhattan. You really have to be willing to be a chameleon because you gotta play the roles. You can't be afraid to get wet or to fall in the mud.
Yeah.
You know, or to be set. Well, I won't say set on fire, but look like you just got
Yeah.
set on fire. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to bear your soul as an actor. You're supposed to be sincere, you know, and open up. But you have to be. You're supposed to challenge yourself more and more and more. But the thing that makes you famous or makes you a star is that people see your vulnerability. When they see you going through these trials and tribulations and how you deal with it, It's how they identify with you. Like, if you was playing Raging Bull, right? If you was a young um, Robert De Niro, right? You know what he did, what he went through for Raging Bull? That there's method acting is what they was calling it. You see how he gained all that weight? What he had, how he changed his diet and eating and everything?
He became the role.
Yeah,
became,
for the character, right?
Yeah, the character.
Do you believe in method acting? Do you agree with method?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're playing like a role where you have to like I look at it as acting, it's like you become that role to a certain degree. You have to. It's like you are you, but then you're playing this character, and to make that character believable, you have to be that. You have to be that. It's like what's the guy in the movie Shining?
Jack Nicholson?
He had to play that nutcase. He had to be crazy.
Method.
He has to be that. You remember that when he was behind the scenes when they're getting ready, he's jumping up, getting his ready, with the axe and all that. Like you have to
Yeah, there's a clip of him and the clip about being a what is method acting. They show him in that same exact scene you're talking about.
Yeah, he's
when
jumping.
he grabs the axe and then he decides to start hitting the wall.
Before they even say action, he's just already in that mode.
Yeah.
Is that you got to find something. What is it that you have, or what can you do to get yourself ready? It's like it's like a professional boxer. Before he's going to the ring, he's already in that mode, like already thinking, he's like getting ready. It's the same thing with acting. So it's like you have to be able to tap into that inside, be able to let that out and bring that out and pretty much become that role, pretty much.
See, with me, when we was doing my class, we did mostly monologue study, but I always talk about dramatic pause. And I know I talk about activity, state of mind, objective, introduction, happening, conflict, climax, ending. But at the end of the day, it's all about sincerity and bringing the emotions to the surface. And a good script will take you there. But I agree with a little bit of all of it. All of them. Meisner, Stanislavski, Stella Adler. I agree with all of them. I think that you got to do what will help you for that role.
Yeah.
Some roles are more extraneous and demanding than others. Me, I always believe in using my real life
experiences.
Yeah, I take on what I've been through because I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot, so I can if I need to cry, I know where to go
It's
for
like
that.
you know where to draw from.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like you have this basket, you have everything in there. You know what you need. If you need to pull this out, whatever you need. It's like your experiences. That's you tap into those experiences, whatever it is that you know.
So I want to make a circle of actors. You can help me find the actors. They can come and rehearse at my place, and we can put together a show. And then we can do the show. We can do it here. We can do it on camera. We can do it we can videotape it, and then we can send it out to everybody. Lincoln Center, to producers, directors. We can, we can rehearse at my place, and then set a day, and actually invite the agents to come here. I want you as a friend, and as a coach, I want you to experience what it's like to have a Hollywood agent. It's kind of like, I'm like, come here, my son. You've worked hard enough. It's time to get your reward. It's time for your blessing. It's all right. You put the sword down, okay? The battle has been won already. Now you need them to start sweating you and funding you and giving you money for all of your shoots. We need to be having lunch with Spike.
Sounds nice.
You know, Columbia Pictures. But you can't just go knock on Columbia's door. You gotta know somebody and know Columbia. And
That's like people that say, "Hey, why don't you apply for Netflix?" Like you're supposed to just walk into the Netflix building. Hey, can you give me a role? Like it don't work that way. People don't
Yeah.
understand. It does not work that way.
But you know, it's like as a writer, you can have an agent.
Yeah.
As a script writer, the William Morris Agency, they represent writers. Boom. It's just even as an actor, you get an agent. As a producer, I know they got like a crew, you know, but I know they all have unions. There's a directors union. If I say to you, what is it you want to do? Because you know, jack of all trades, right? But which one will you master? What's your first title?
Actor.
Good answer.
That's what I am first. Actor.
We need to smile at the camera. Smile at the camera. Actor. Okay.
Actor. I'm an actor.
Okay.
I'm an actor's actor. And for me, like, how can I say this? We live in a social media age now, right? Where everything you see all social media, TikTok, Instagram. I've been acting before that ever existed. Like when
Now you sound old. You're not that old.
No,
what?
but it's the truth. I started acting in 2005. There was no such thing as Instagram and none of this TikTok and none of these damn technology stuff was not as advanced then.
Right.
So it's like I come from really taking acting classes, auditioning, like everything that an actor does.
You worked on sets too, the regular sets,
A lot,
right?
yeah. I worked on shows, Blue Bloods, Person of Interest. Like I've done it all. Traveled and worked on the cold just like you. Like damn, 14 hours. So it's like, you know, like I come from that. So it's like, you know, yeah, we live in different times now.
So you could say that my information paid off.
It helped, yeah. Everybody's information that
I told you about casting networks.
You told me about
that.
casting. You want to know what's crazy? I told people like that want to get into the business, I want to act. How do I get work? And I give them that one site that you just mentioned.
Casting
I give
networks.
them casting networks.
And they all
these
work.
people, they'll be like, oh, you got to pay.
They refuse to pay for casting
it's $25. It's $25.
See?
And they'll make that, and I look at that, you don't want to be an actor. Because you making excuses about paying $25. And look, I've used that. I book roles on that. I got work for the ID Investigation Discovery Channel and gigs that paid me on that too. So
That's the best way in.
So it's like, that's
I hooked a lot of people up.
When people ask me that want to get into business, yo, how do I get work? I would give them that one site. Because if you can't do that and you don't do that, then you prove my point.
They wasted their own time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to pay $25 for a subscription to submit yourself.
For, like, unlimited jobs.
You're complaining about that, but you want to be an actor?
For, like, real fly jobs,
That's when I know, like, you ain't
principal
wasting
work
my
and
time. Like, I
background
ain't
work.
got time to waste. I'm giving you something and you saying this, you don't
So
want to
imagine the stress I go through
I can
trying to
imagine.
convince people to do what they need to do for themselves.
You got to let people be sometimes.
And
man.
then as soon as you tell them a price, they think they own you because they pay that little chump change or they take you for granted. It's just weird stuff that goes with teaching. So you think it's better to learn from going to school or to learn from experience? That's a trick question. Do you jump right into the job without learning the job and then learn while you're on the job? Or is it better to go to school first and then get the job? Which is better? Do you learn from experience or do you learn from school? Which is the best teacher?
Like acting school?
Anything. Life, period.
I think life is the best teacher from my experience. When I got into acting, I didn't know nothing about acting. Never went to school. I just learned from just like my experiences, being on set, meeting people like you. I just, like a sponge, I just soak up and I learn. And obviously I learned from my own personal experiences. You know, we all make mistakes along the way. Like, damn, I should have did this instead of doing that. But it's like, you know, like, yeah, school could teach you, of course, but I feel like life and the experiences, good and bad, that you go through in life shapes you up to be who you are, you know?
Okay, I just got a vision, right? Because you're not speaking vision. It's like this, right? You on the frontier. It's snow everywhere, right? You got a bear skin coat on, and you got weapons to protect you, right? You got a knife here, you got a knife here, you got a hatchet hanging on your back, right? You know how to move like the animals. You can listen, you know their sounds. And all of that extra shit is what you get from school, right? The knife, that's the knowledge that you get in school is weapons that you can use for when you are out there on the frontier. Now, how good you are with those weapons. Because a nigga can take your hatchet
Yeah.
and your knife and cut your head off with your shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. This is not for kids. See, how to use those weapons comes from experience. How to survive in the wilderness comes from experience. The wisdom that comes from experience. See, you can get smart enough to have the weapon, but that shit don't mean nothing until you get on the set and the director says action. All that stuff you learned in school better come to your rescue when we say action. So when I ask somebody how much school they have, all that tells me is how many weapons they have,
Yeah.
right? And how much they've been prepared. See, because school is supposed to give you a place to practice. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that when you do go do your thing, you don't look like you've never done it before or like you don't know what you're doing. So school is really just to make you better at what you do.
Practice. Training,
Right?
yeah.
Now, the thing about school, when it comes to acting, is that there's a lot of fake ones out there that be getting people, and I won't say their names, you know, like the powers that be, you know, or, how could I mess with this one? I can't without telling the name of
You
the
don't have
company.
to.
But you know the
I
names of the
guess.
company. The ones that tell you, yo, it's $500, you got 500. Then they tell you, oh, it's $3,000 for 6 acting lessons.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta go take a boat somewhere. See, a director needs to see your niche. If you John Belushi and your niche is being big and stupid, if your niche is you Jason Statham and your niche is beating niggas up, you know, if you Arnold Schwarzenegger and you built like a tree and your niche is playing an alien, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your niche is, that's where the work is gonna keep coming. If you Samuel Jackson, you loud, then you gotta find your niche, right?
Yeah.
So then we gotta see your niche in different situations. That's all directors want to see. Real people in real situations. So they create the situation. You know, good guy being forced to turn bad. You know, every time we think he's out, they pull him back in. Trying to take care of his kids, right? Being good to his girl, you know, and gets in the wrong place at the wrong time. Some nigga puts him in his bag and he end up going up for 5 years. And he come home and still ain't getting no respect. You know what I'm saying? That's what you look like, right? So that could be your niche.
Yeah.
Or we can switch characters. Your niche is switching characters, I'm telling you. Because you can play an Islamic brother and you can play a Muslim. An Islamic and a Jew, right?
Well, when I first got into acting and I first started doing this, like my first role, I played a drug dealer in the movie
Right.
Van Boys Park,
Right.
and it was like, and I started doing a couple of stuff that was like gang member, thug,
Right.
and then I had people telling me who like these are the people on the outside, they're not actors, they're not the business people on the outside. All you play is gangsters and thugs. So I
But
was
you're
like,
not a gangster thug type at all.
So I took that personal. I was like, okay, I'm gonna show you that you're not gonna put me in the box. You're not gonna typecast me like
See,
that's all I could play.
But they are going to typecast you. You have to
Yeah.
embrace that.
No, like what I'm trying to say is like I could play the gangster thug, but I could do this, I do this. If
But
you
also
think,
show that you could do the other stuff
if you
too.
think that I could only do this, that's when
Right.
I'm gonna show you that I
So
know.
that you could be vulnerable.
Like, question, what do you, and this is something that I have in my mind a lot because it's like something I dealt with, and I'm sure that every actor has. When you first got into business, from your experience,
Mhm.
did you deal with people on the outside? When I mean people on the outside, like people that are not in the business, that see you getting involved in the business, and maybe down talk you, belittle you, hate on you, say like
What?
this, that. Because I've been dealing with this for 20 years, and I
Yeah,
still
hell
deal with it
yeah.
now.
I still
and,
deal
and
with
it'd be
it
like
now.
family members or so-called
I
friends.
deal with it. Even
that
my
they're
people live in the
bad,
same.
they
Not
talk-
where I live now. Right
Yeah.
now, I moved into a luxury high rise.
Yeah.
Right, and I've already gotten shitted on already, and I think it's because I'm lean on me. But hell
But they
yeah,
find every way to
dude, I
discredit
got
you.
beat up. Niggas jumped me. Niggas robbed my house twice. Took my furs and stuff. Talk about hating. I got punched in the face with my own Walkman. Dude tried to knock me out with my own Walkman because I had a white girlfriend.
Yeah.
She like a Barbie doll. Barbie. That name was in my mind earlier. Barbie. Barbazon. That's why.
Because when I first got involved in
That's
acting
it.
and I started pursuing this,
Uh-huh.
I had people who,
Hate on you. It's okay to say it.
not only hate, doubt me, and pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
you're an actor? Get out of here. Like,
Yeah, because they automatically think that you dream and you pipe dreaming.
Yeah.
What are the chance
so
of hell
I-
of you actually making
this
it?
is me in the past before I done anything, when I just said this is what I'm gonna pursue.
But all
People
you really
would-
need is
people-
a script that fits you
People
and a
would tell
director
me,
to see
you're
you.
an actor, you don't even got no personality. Like,
Hmm.
I have family members.
Somebody told me that. My aunt, she just,
real?
God bless her death, she just passed recently.
I have
She
family.
told me
I
that
have
when I was
family
younger.
members that would say behind my back, and these things I would hear,
He ain't
like,
got no personality.
oh, he ain't got no goals. He got no like this that. Oh, acting, he wasting his time with that. He needs to give that up. And these are people that's like yo,
Yo, they called me gay.
like
They used to
hon-
make
like
fun of me because I used to wear leg warmers.
yeah.
I used to take dance lessons. And you know, when I went to school, right, I went to Talented Unlimited,
Yeah.
right? And TU had a little bit of it's still here now, but I went back in the day when it was with Julia Richmond High School at the biggest stage. And I took dance, I took acting, you know, I took drama, I took music, I took the trumpet,
Yeah.
ballet. I did a little bit of everything. So, because I couldn't make up my mind. I was bouncing all over the place. But I used to wear tights and leg warmers. And I used to, everywhere, when I came out, I guess I did look like a tutu. Because when I came out the building, I was always running and jumping. And I had a routine. I would jump off the building and strike a pose in the air, right? And then take off to the store, because my grandmother used to always send me to the store. And I went to elementary school right there. I was dancing in the elementary school. Then I went to junior high school. I was dancing in junior high school. It's the same thing at Junior Richmond, you know?
The same people who doubt you, hate on you, and pretty much don't believe in you,
Yeah.
be the same ones that see you in person and say, "Hey,
Oh,
I see you doing your thing."
they
yeah,
catch the vapors.
I know you do. You see me doing my
They
thing.
call
'Cause
it-
you
they
why?
call that
You know,
catching
like,
the
oh,
vapors.
what's up? What you been? How's the acting thing going? Like, don't
After a while,
worry.
you just don't tell them
Man,
nothing.
I don't tell them
Mind
nothing.
your
I don't
goddamn
say
business.
nothing. I look like if you're not an actor, if you're not a film director or any in the business,
But you know what I did?
You on the outside, so I don't care about your opinion.
Niggas was hating on me, but I turned it into money. I started charging people money
I use it for
to
motivation.
put them on.
Motivation, man. Like,
And I made a business
like all
out
the
of it.
doubters that I had when I first
can't
got
tell
into
myself
all
on
the
the
doubters
air.
that I had when I first got into this, all the comments that was said to me through the years, I didn't take it personal. I kind of just, it was like, okay, I'm gonna take that.
Because you know you're going to get yours eventually.
I'm gonna get mine, exactly. So they told, like, all that, like, you can't act, you ain't got no personality. Oh, you doing that, you need to give that up, or this and that. Like,
You know, there's something called
So-
karma. But
so-
you know something, hard work pays off no matter how
Yeah.
you look at it.
Yeah.
It may not come when you want it, but it's going to come.
People-
Because there's something called the something of something. I forgot what it's called. I should do more homework. I should have somebody on the
Notes?
side that can look up stuff for me.
Yeah.
But the like the probability,
Uh-huh.
like if you get 8, right, that ninth one
Could hit.
is more likely to hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to hit.
Consistency and being persistent, and it's like people will do anything nowadays to discourage you and stop you. Like they'll see you do something good, right? Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He's an actor. He got his own show. He's doing this and doing that. And they see you doing something great that they can't do. So they'll try to put their negative thoughts on you and say you can't do something or it's not
Sometimes you
believable.
got to not let people in your business.
You gotta. I don't tell.
You gotta
like,
separate your circle.
Yeah, so it's like they'll try to discourage.
Yeah, don't
you.
be like me.
They'll try to discourage you by saying, "Oh, you doing that?" Like, oh, like they'll try to like put fear you because they see the confidence that you're doing something and they can't stop it. They can't stop your confidence and belief in yourself.
Right.
And
Let
I've
me
been
say
dealt.
this. I'm sorry. I want to say this to you while I still got you on the thing. It's like this, right? This is like an atom. The nucleus is you. The nucleus is the talent. That's you, right? And then there's these shells that go around it, right? There's things that go like this, right? So you are the talent. No matter what that talent is, as a writer, that could be the writer. The director, that's the director. It could be the producer, or it could be the actor. Let's say the actor. Even with the actor, if you put your acting on a reel, you being the victim, you being the hero, you scared, angry, happy, sad, scared, crazy. You put together a reel that shows who you really are. Don't even act, be, right? And you take that reel and you show it to the next show outside of you, the agents. And then that person shows it to the next show. In your case, you skipped over the agents. I know, I get it. All right, so for you, you go straight to the casting directors. Casting directors go straight to the producer, right? Same thing as a writer. He puts the script together. He got to show it to the next circle, the agent. Then the agent shows it to a publisher. Then the publisher says, yo, this is great stuff, and they make 1 million copies. Yo, I did with the Hughes brothers, right? The 2 Spanish twins from the Bronx. They did Menace to Society. Yeah. I would love to introduce you to them. They can't say nothing because I worked for them, got paid on the books. You know what I'm saying? My acting showed at the music awards on the big screen during the award show. So I did, you know, it's funny. It's one of my best jobs, and I never talk about it. But it was a music video for Marvin Gaye, Inner City Blues video.
Yeah.
And you see me, guy in the city with the blues. You see me, I'm like sitting there, I'm crying and stuff. I'm upset because my food got roaches running through it and everything. But anyway, get to the point. It ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I've been there. But anyway, so they said to me, they said, yo, wow, we finally got a real actor. And they invited me. They said they wanted me to come read for a movie about a guy just come home from Vietnam that went to a hard life. Dead presidents. They wanted me to read for dead presidents. But that's it, not about me. But anyway, they said they wrote the script. They shot the script. And they put the clause that they wanted to shoot it themselves. Got the budget. Shot their Men's Society. Then they said now, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but they said now they got holes in the field grazing. Do you understand? Holes, not equipment. Holes, like women.
Yeah.
In the field. It's like he's saying how rich they are. and they got to shoot it themselves.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm saying for you. For each one of your talents, you got to hit each cell. So when you shoot your stuff, you get a finished piece, you got to shop it. So what do? You take it and you put it, let's say you shot the film and the film is done. You throw a party and you send invitations out, send it directly to
Private
these people.
screenings.
They all, and then invite them to see it. But see, that's what the union helps you do. The Screen Actors Guild, because you see, another thing is they want you to join.
Yeah.
If you're an actor, you've already done, you might be SAG eligible already. I don't know. I never asked.
I was. They sent me the letter.
Right, you probably still are. So they want you to pay. But see, that's the thing. You tell them that you want to be a director and you show them stuff that you're working on, they can help you. That's what they do.
Yeah.
It's not you asking for help. You letting them do their job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not begging for nothing. You can't get noticed if you don't get noticed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to go to every outlet. When my daughter, right, my firstborn, she's like a genius, basically. But, I'm her father. Of course I'm going to say she's a genius. My daughter's very bright, a little too bright. That's what happens when you send them to school. But that's another subject for another podcast. But, when I was young, when we were both younger, I said, I'm going to give these out to people that I think got the look that might want to do acting, because I had made my business cards. She said, why, Daddy? She said, why don't you just give them to everybody? And there's a lot of wisdom in that, Why select it? Why not just give it to everybody?
Yeah.
And you can try to give wisdom out to everybody. But you can lead people to the water, but you can't make them drink. Yeah. But don't drown yourself jumping in the water to save somebody else.
I agree.
Because they will pull you down. I saved 2 people, and I can't swim. I jumped in the water to save them and almost drowned.
You can't swim?
No, I can't swim. Well, 2 cousins of mine, but I jumped in to save them, and then somebody had to come save us. But I held them up, and I was screaming until they got there. Yeah. But, I jumped in the water, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how life is. You can't give too much of yourself sometimes, because then you end up with nothing.
Yeah, to touch on that, I agree. I feel like you say, you try to coach people and they don't listen sometimes, or they don't show up or do like certain things like apply for casting networks. So you give them these resources and they don't even want to do that. It's like, why break your head and kill yourself trying to that's on you then,
I messed up. I had 2 offers. When I think about it, it makes me cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm trying not to. But people don't believe me anyway. But I know I'm not going to lie to you. But P. Diddy got the internship that I was offered. Andre Harrell asked me to my face right there on 140th and Lenox Avenue on the corner of Harlem World. My friend introduced me to him. Told him I was in Lean on Me and everything. I was teaching the kids, because I used to play with the kids right there in the park. I was teaching them stuff in the park. And he told him about me. And the guy said, wash my car and I'll give you a job. And I said, I looked at it, I ain't gonna lie, nigga was dab. They told me that he had just bought Motown.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that Barry Gordy gave up Motown. But I said no, and I sat down and I ate a Frank, and Sean Combs came up the block with buckets and he cleaned his car and he got the internship. And June Ambrose, who was the stylist for the Stars, she offered me a job too, and I didn't go. But anyway, 43 seconds. Yo, Juan, you got to come back, right? I was talking about to doing some acting. Anyway, you want to say your number so that people can hire you if they want to hire you as an actor?
My number?
Your number, your contact number. You don't want to say your number?
No.
Why not? You don't want to get called? I have a
email
following.
me. They can email me.
What's your email?
jrican1987 at gmail.com. That's JRICAN 1987 at gmail.com.
The next Albertino.
You can find me on Instagram too, jrican201. I'm on Instagram. You see all my work there, all the stuff. I usually post a lot on Instagram, so jrican201.
Michael Joseph, 646-874-6597. Hit the button. We'll finish. Wait, one of those buttons means stop. Yeah. We went 9 seconds over.
Oh, that shouldn't be
That's why I was trying to get you to
My
stop
fault.
talking so I can
Sorry.
say my phone number.
My fault.
You ain't see me go 5.
My fault. I'm trying to. You told. I didn't know. I didn't know there was the time.
That's
didn't-
the only reason
I
why I
had
can
my
tell.
back. Good that you looking at the time. I didn't even see.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I did look at the time because we was going out of time. But that's good. That's a good show. They already know my number. I've been doing this show for over a year. Yo, this is a good time to do a promo. Tape yourself and talk about what you're doing. You look real professional with all these cameras behind you. Like, yo, I'm holding interviews for my next show, for my you're doing your own film, right? So, Diesel, we supposed to look for his phone number.
He got a message and I told him to call you. He never read the message.
Let me see. I'm just gonna go back because I know I put his name in. When we talked, it was about what, a week? What is this doing?
Right here. Doing a podcast show.
Right.
My God, Mike.
Yo, take a picture. Yeah, come over here. Take a picture with the mic. It's like a picture of us together.
Oh, your phone?
My phone don't have no space.
I'll send it to you.
See the mic? The lighting sucks. Serious look. So yeah, your boy Diesel, right?
Yeah, you
See, look, it's real simple, right? Me, Malik Yoba, Isaiah Washington, Dante, Mostef, you know him as Mostef. All of us come from the same school, right? Now, what they did was they put a show together, and they invited Oprah and Tyler Perry, and Spike Lee. They invited all their people, and that's how those people became stars. Yeah. So, let's say you write a script. If we take scenes from the script and shoot it, have actors come act it out, and then we take it and then write and then use this place because they got another place with seats.
Is that the bigger studio?
Yeah, I'm using it Friday. Then, yo, the one that's uptown is even better.
It's another one?
Yeah, that's no, but now the one uptown we went up there. You was up there with me on 4th Street, right? That's only for special events, but it'll be a special event. Somebody's life can change. I'm trying to explain. The schools, if you go and you pay $100,000 to go, no, listen to me. Let's say you pay, it's more than that. It's like 250 grand. Go to NYU, Tisch, right? If you go to those schools like Stella Adler, pay 30 grand a semester. The thing is that when they do their showcase, that's what people go to the school because agents come to the showcase. And people get discovered right there at their school showcase. But some people don't get discovered. They don't get picked. They end up working at McDonald's. But they went to a top school for acting.
Now they have all that debt, too.
See, you got balls because you've been getting work on your own without an agent. It does not make sense to be Robin Hood and to be stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. You know what I'm saying? Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, and then
I mean,
end up eating nuts at the end of the day.
I look at it as actors, we're like prostitutes. We gotta sell ourselves.
No, you need an agent to sell you. Stop selling yourself.
The agent is the pimp.
The agent is the pimp. Yo, but he only get 10%. In the street, you get 10%. He get 90%. It's you pimping him. Really, because he only get 10%. So you got to make 100 for him to make 10. Dude, let me help you get an agent. Will you be more open to it if I help you do it? If I make that part of my goal and we do it on the show, and I let everybody see you get signed. But like if you follow my lead and just let me show the world, like if I say, look, let's do this, like a monologue or a scene. Let's pick a scene for your reel. Or I'll look at everything you've done, everything that you can actually show me, and I'll let you know if it's good enough to send to the top agent. We can do that. We start with where you been, where you at, and where you going. Because you really might just need to be introduced to someone. You probably have everything you need already. Experience, you got work, you got a reel, you got a script, you already got projects.
Because the one thing I don't have really is agent.
That's
From experience, I've done a lot.
that's the
headshots,
one thing you need.
reel, this, that.
Dude, that could rest in peace if you say yes. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I could be on my hospital bed with the shit on my nose, everything. They'd be like, do you want to get an agent? Like, yeah, Mike. I'm like, all right. That's what I'm talking about. And then I'll be like, out. And then I'll be like, peace. And then I'll be like, say goodbye to this cool world. You know, I rest in peace because I know you did it, you know?
Yeah.
I tossed you the baton and you caught it. See, because once you do that, then you can start reaping the benefits for all your talent. You need an agent for everything. You need an agent for writing
Yeah.
and
I mean,
for directing. You really you
you
need
want
to.
the big work. Yeah, like the big work. You know, the agent gets you in the door. They're like,
What do you think your role will be? What do you think the character is going to be for your big break?
I don't know.
Do you think it's going to be a drug dealer again?
I don't know.
I could see a
I don't really
dad.
go deep thinking about that. It's like whatever, like like sometimes you don't know when it's your big break. You really never know. You could work on a project that you think is like a small project, and then that project blows up. Like you never know. So it's like I just try to just not focus on that. Like when is the big break? I just focus on.
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to see if you know your niche. Like, what do you think the cat? See, what you look like, people will judge you by your look.
Yeah.
So you know you're gonna get hired according to your look.
Yeah.
But who you are as a person is a lot deeper than that. It's a lot deeper than what you look like. You're not just some drug dealer.
No.
Okay. So if somebody was to give you that role that matches who you really are, what is that role? Is that role, I hate to go there, but is that role, I see you as a father and a son. Do you understand? A father
and a son.
and the son. So and as a husband too. So I can see you doing a scene, like for instance, even you could be tough and all that, but you show vulnerability. But you also show a lot of smart and a lot of control. A lot of control. You don't seem out of control. You're a thinker. You're very calm and poised.
You know me.
So, yeah.
You're right. That's for me. Everything you said is me.
See what a director's going to do is take that and let it erupt into a volcano that explodes. That's a slow fusing volcano. So, like my boy he's one of the richest actors on the planet. I wish I could just run into him and give him a hug. I don't even want no money. I want him to say, yo, what's up? Vin Diesel, right? Right now, Vin Diesel, he's the image hardcore, right, dude. But the nigga also will fight for justice. You know what I'm saying? When he did A Man Apart, he showed a sensitive part. They fucked with his wife. So that's what I'm saying. For you to show who you really are, this calm storm, right? What do you think that role's gonna be? It could be somebody, your mom, something having your mom. We know that happened. So that's one trigger. That might be your scene right there. Or your wifey. I know you love your wifey. I don't hear you too much about no kids. I don't hear you talk too much about your dad.
You just talk about these things in the podcast. This is the perfect subject right now. You mentioned it. Like
You
you
could
go
do
on.
another one. We could do another podcast.
Kids,
Come back next
wifey.
week. Come back
Not
next week.
week. Too soon. How about I'll plan?
2 weeks.
I'll plan it.
I could do this every 2 weeks.
All right, I'll plan ahead. I'll let you know.
See, I try to ask you what should we talk about, but I was getting to it.
Right now, you just start going into like, why you ain't ask these questions?
You said you didn't want me to talk about acting too. That's acting. This is the core. I wish you could just come do like 6
You really
classes.
have to do it?
What if I
Time
give you
when-
6?
when we do the show,
That
like,
I was gonna
write
say
down-
3,
oh,
but
I'll
what
do
if
it.
I give you 6 free classes?
Classes?
Free. See, you got to look at it. See, that's the thing. You get hung up with words. Take away the word classes. It's not class. Rehearsals.
Yeah.
Just look at it as rehearsals. But you know what the one thing that I could do, which is what somebody, he didn't mean to do that for me. I just was so ambitious. I made it for myself. And then I've been like that ever since. So that's like, I come to you and you're an acting coach. I know you're a good acting coach. I'll tell other people that you're an acting coach. You tell me how much you work, how much you want. You say $125. I say, yo, I've been your student. You give me $25? He said, yeah. I made a business out of it. $25 a head. Then sometimes I went further and asked for more. Or he would kick back 25. Or he would say, just give me $125 and you keep the rest.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of people can't think that way. See, that's why, look, mirroring, right? Some actors will tell you one of the best things you could do is learn behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Learn producing, learn acting from the director's point of view, from the camera's point of view.
Yeah.
And you see the difference, right?
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
now when you put the two together, you're a better actor now because you understand the camera point of view, right?
Yeah, behind the camera.
Right. That's what I teach I always say learn both,
Yeah.
right? Learn both in front and behind the camera. So, yeah. But there's some stuff, I don't know if you want to, but I want you to help me build my ensemble. Word up. You can help me pick the actors. They could be Spanish,
I send
Cuban.
That's one
Oh,
person I
wait.
send.
Wait, let's go back. Let me see. Okay,
I think-
I'm going to search for him.
I think for me, being
You said
like
his name is Damien? What?
Diesel. I mean, that's what I got him
Diesel.
on Facebook. I don't know what's his real name. Diesel Ramos.
It's going to pop up. I got people on my phone I don't even speak to anymore. But I never deleted them.
Message him. You never read the message. So I don't.
I don't see
You
it.
supposed to interview him this week?
Today after tomorrow, Friday. I don't see him in here either. That's the only name you have for him?
Diesel Ramos.
Ramos? Okay, I'm gonna try to spell Diesel. You know how to spell Diesel?
Let me see.
I think I spelled it wrong. Let me say it.
D-I-E-Z.
Okay, I got it here. Diesel Ramos, actor.
You found it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
I'm calling him. Yeah, so help me build an ensemble of actors. We'll do some fly. Now, See, the thing is, we don't have to write scripts to pick material to act out on stage. We can take scenes from great movies and just redo scenes. Hello? Hello? Diesel? He hung up. He heard me talking. He just hung up. So that means I gotta find somebody for Friday. You wanna come Friday?
Nah, I can't come.
For this, yeah.
So he hung
No,
up.
he's not gonna answer.
You have reached Diesel Ramos,
He cut his phone off.
actor, voiceover artist, author, and
That's his
six-time
manager.
world powerlifting champion. We're sorry he missed your call.
Huge
Please
ego.
at this time leave your name and number,
Yeah, bro.
and he will get back to you at his earliest convenience. Thank you and God bless.
Let's see if he calls back.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Okay, this is Michael Joseph. We are shooting The Making of a Star this Friday at 6 o'clock at the downtown MNN location. You can hit me back to confirm 646-874-6597. He was referred to me by Juan Ortiz. Right?
He's done a lot though. That's why I asked him to be in the show.
Yeah. Well, you know,
he's actually a lifting champion. Like,
Yeah, I said that.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, and done stuff. So it's like,
he sound real nice on the phone. You know me, I'm like real strict. At first, I had to kind of like put my foot, you know, I had to kind of like show him how strict I was at first, and then he changed. He was real nice and humble. But at first, he came off like I was like,
did he seem interested? Like,
yeah. Like I said, he turned real humble.
yeah.
Like, I think he started to understand more about where I'm coming from, who I am.
Yeah, because he been asking me to put him on some of the projects, and I told him I'll.
It's hard.
Because I have to. He has a certain look. He's
Mhm.
a big guy, you know. So I had to wait the right time. I told him. That
Well, it's good that he coming into this one
So
because it's a
told
big
him,
place. He
that's
can have
why-
space.
That's why I was like, you know what? Let me see if he want to be a mic show. Because
Mhm.
he been asking me to put him in the film project I got. But I told him I let him know when I see something
Yeah.
I could put him in. So let me
See, I went through that.
put him.
People saw me on set and kept coming up to me asking me, why don't you
Yo,
put me on?
something, put me on
Like, yo,
something.
you play drug dealers. I'm a drug dealer in
I'm
real
like, "Alright,"
life.
and I always tell people, like,
I don't want to sell drugs
I
no
don't
more.
mind helping people and giving people if
But you don't want to
know.
mess up your reputation.
Exactly. So I was like, you know, you want to do the show? I give him your
Don't cash your pearls before swine.
Give him your
You
information.
can refer them to me and I'll give you a kickback.
Nah, you
Boom.
gotta give me nothing, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
we all got to eat, man. I'm sorry.
Of course, but you know, I'm not like.
Can I tell you something too? You don't need to. If you don't want to make no money, fine. I'll buy fish sticks in your name.
I just try to. I try
I'll
to
eat
like.
shrimp
He's not the
and-
first person I asked. So there's another actor. Like when I first came in the first time of your show, the one in the barrio, I asked somebody that I knew, and they was like, "Oh, I got too much going on." So I'm like, "All right."
Whatever if they need pictures, acting lessons, or video, I'll call Chris and we'll shoot their reel.
Because I tell them to,
If
they
they
want to be in your
serious.
show, and then from there you could.
Yeah, if they need
there,
anything,
you
then
can
they can
offer
say.
the services yourself.
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that,
right,
you know.
exactly. Oh, that's nice of you. I'm still gonna get a kickback. Well, you don't take it, give it back to me then. Then I'm not gonna give it back to you again. But
How much,
if
you be how much you be charging them? These people. That-
I don't charge to be on my show
No, not the show, but like.
for like my services,
The people that you been getting.
I'll be getting
Eating.
Ethan.
How much he paid you
Ethan paid me $400 a month
a month?
for
You still
acting
work with him?
lessons. I keep cutting them off.
Nah, I know. I be seeing you be mad.
I keep cutting them off. He keep pissing me off.
Why?
And then he pissed me off again.
What he does? He don't show up or something?
No, this time, first of all, he paid for class. He come to my house and he kept fucking up the scene on purpose.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Not by mistake. On purpose?
Laughing and
Playing
joking.
around?
How do I use this? I'm like
He looks young though. Like,
doing the take over and over. I was getting mad. He knew it. He still kept doing it. And he played too much. He do. He a grown ass man. He 26. He still act like he 15, 16. He's like 27, like up there, 20 something.
Yeah.
That's
I'm-
6. He's not even 26. He's 25 or something.
That's crazy. Make me feel
Th-
old.
Yo, I've done so much with him. You should see his
I
pictures.
seen some of the stuff. Yeah.
You seen his comp
He's like
card?
a doctor or something.
Yeah, he's a
I
doctor.
seen it.
I did that, all of that. I told him what to. I said, look,
You hired a photographer? Like
Mhm.
he paid for that too?
he paid me. I paid the
How
photographer.
much a photographer was?
I gave the photographer 500.
Oh, 500. That's the same thing when I went with you. Remember I did a photo shoot with you?
You did another photo. That's what you keep telling me that
I
you did.
two.
You did one with Brad
That was I didn't know.
the
you-
first time.
That was two.
The 8x10,
Yeah.
right?
And I was like kind of like, damn, I'm not even ready. You know.
But you did another shoot with one of my connections.
Yeah, it was a lady in Brooklyn. I don't know her name.
Emily.
I don't remember. Her
You
name.
went to see
It was a
Emily,
white lady.
white lady, little tiny
I
little
don't
thing.
re- It's like so long ago. I got the pictures though.
That's good. How
It
they
was-
look?
It was five. It's old. I mean, I don't know. It's like.
Did they look good though?
Yeah, it came out good.
She could shoot.
I spent 500.
She do makeup too.
500. I spent. I remember.
She did makeup too. You must have paid her directly because I ain't get none of that money.
You did it.
You ain't give me the 500.
I mean, I gave it to her. She.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
referred
I
to
didn't
her.
get. I
You didn't get none.
I didn't get no PC.
Oh.
I didn't.
I
she
thought
didn't
you
even
get
t-
like a cut from that
See,
because
now
you
I
referred me.
know. Now I know because I was wondering, did she deal with any of my clients directly?
You sent
Now
me
I
to
know
her.
she did.
You sent me to her.
I said, yeah, but I still wasn't supposed to get paid. I was supposed to get paid first.
Because I'm not gonna lie, and this is old. This is back then.
Yeah.
My thing was like I paid 500,
Yeah.
and then she only sent me like 8 photos, and then she said I had to pay another fee if I want more. So I felt some kind of way because I felt like
Oh, see, you didn't go. You should call me.
I thought that maybe
You
it was
thought-
like and this is old, like I'm past it, but I was like I felt like maybe you was cutting the money with her, like down the middle. Cause I was like, wait, why I pay 500 and you only give me 7 pictures?
No, I don't even do that. 500 is for 5 looks.
Yeah, but it was like she didn't.
5 different outfits.
Yeah, but she only sent me like 7 photos.
No,
So
that's
like,
not
you're
mine.
supposed to send everything. That's how I look at it.
So
if I'm a
that's why
photographer,
she ain't say nothing to me.
So I paid 500 and it was in Brooklyn somewhere.
I know Emily was in Brooklyn.
I don't remember her name. Let me see if I can find the pictures. Though.
Emily's real tiny little
So
white girl.
old
and
again.
she
You
do
still work with her?
makeup. Yeah, I have more than one photographer. I have a couple of photographers. But in Brooklyn, I'm thinking about
I
Emily.
thought that you got like a cut from that because you referred me. I was your
No,
student at
no.
the time.
The only time I get a cut is when you pay me. If you gave me the money, that's
Yeah.
different.
I pay her.
And
she
then
was
you
a
shot, the
photographer.
day that you shot, did you call me and say, Mike, I'm shooting today?
I don't remember. That was so long ago, to be
I don't
honest.
even remember you
It is
shooting.
like so long ago.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember you shooting. I don't think you, I think I must have mentioned her.
I know
and
I got her. It was through you that I can.
I know you got, if you got the number through me, but I don't think I followed through on the whole setting up the shoot, the
It was
day of the
this.
shoot. Because I didn't get to tell you what to wear, right?
2011, I did it.
That's on a rooftop in
It
Brooklyn.
was and then she had like a rooftop in there.
Yeah, you did that, but I wasn't in charge of the shoot.
I mean,
That's a nice
It
picture.
was your photographer.
I like that picture. Let me see.
I mean, it's old. Like
Yeah,
it
that's my
was
girl, but I'm just saying
2000
I didn't.
2011.
I don't object to you going to her, but I know I didn't make the deal
said-
because you wouldn't have got no 8 pictures.
You said I
You were supposed to
needed,
get a contact
new
sheet.
headshots. So okay, and then you
Mm-hmm.
referred me to her, and she charged 500. So I thought that maybe she cut you off maybe 200.
Did she give you actual prints?
No, I didn't. It was just she.
Was it
gave me-
8 pictures?
It was just she. I'm a
When you say 8
1,
pictures-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let me
I
look
got
at
like
them
10,
again.
10. It was these right here. That's
Did
all.
she? Let me see.
That's all I got.
No, it's supposed to be.
She only sent me those.
That's what she sent you.
And then
So
she said, if I want more, I have to pay another fee. And I was like, I felt some kind of way because I'm like, wait a minute.
now let me talk for a minute.
$500.
Let me try and figure this out. What I know about Emily, that see when you do a photo shoot, a roll of film has 35 exposures. So there has to be 35 pictures. So what she did was she picked like 8 of them, and she probably retouched them or fixed them and said, these are the 8. If you want more, she want to charge you a fee to retouch and to But did she say how much the fee was for each more?
2011. I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a long time
That's
ago.
like a long time ago.
Yeah, but I wish that I had more control over the shoot.
So long ago.
I think you took the number and went ahead and spoke to her. But normally, I picked the outfit,
Yeah.
the location, the date.
You wasn't there.
I didn't do all that.
You
I
wasn't
didn't,
there. I went to Brooklyn.
because I didn't even know that you shot,
Yeah, it was
to
in
be
Brooklyn.
honest. Those pictures don't look bad, you know.
Yeah. No, they came out good, but it was like,
Yeah.
it kind of rubbed me off because, like, damn, like 500 and I only get these photos. Like,
See, I don't even remember you paying $500.
I remember.
Because I wouldn't even charge you that much.
Yeah. No, it's.
I mean, I do 500 for, if I do 500, that's with Daniel Perry.
Yeah.
And it's 5 different looks.
Yeah.
The business look,
Do the
student look.
Do the person get all the photos?
You get the whole, you get the SD card.
Yeah, everything.
You get all the
Okay,
pictures.
See, that's the right way. Cause I
But
got,
he don't blow them up
I
and he
got-
don't retouch nothing.
No,
he
that's
don't do,
fine though. But
Does she blow them up? Does she give you an actual 8x10 picture?
No, it was just she sending me through the email like that, and that's it.
Yeah. I know she was a real bitch, excuse me,
Yeah.
about retouching and putting her signature on her stuff.
Yeah.
But I know that she's really good at
I mean, it was good.
her photography and her makeup.
The photos
Is what's
were,
really
yeah,
off
the
the chain.
photos were good, but it was like.
Did she
damn,
put makeup on you?
I think she did. I just don't remember too much because, like, again, it was so.
Yeah,
long
her
ago.
makeup is off the hook.
It was in Brooklyn somewhere. I forgot. Like, she had like a apartment or a rooftop and all that.
I wish I had known about it. I probably would have flipped the script on her to take money from you without me knowing.
I mean, that's how
know.
much she charged. So I was
Yeah.
thinking, okay, maybe she's, since I was referred by you, I'm thinking maybe she was gonna cut you off.
Yeah, I would have definitely asked for some of that.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I come from you.
Well, see, I would have
But
had more input.
I got mad and
Because you see Ethan's
inside.
pictures. I would have had more input
Inside,
on
I
your
felt
photo
some kind
shoot.
of way 'cause I'm like, yo, I paid 500, and all she's
So if
giving
she
me
made
six-
you mad
six
at me,
pic-
I'm
six
going to
pictures,
flip on her.
6 pictures you send me, and I pay you 500, and then when I ask, can I get the more? You have to pay a fee for more.
So
I got a
she did.
photographer that I work with, right?
So she did my client wrong. So I need
That's
to
how-
call her and curse her ass out.
Cool.
Yo, I'm
These are
just
that-
now finding out 11 years
These
ago.
are things that's old, and I learned from the experience. Cause I got
But in a way, because
got-
I felt bad because I canceled the shoot on her, and she was mad. She stopped speaking to me over $50.
I got a photographer that I worked with in the past, right? I paid him $100, and he'll shoot literally photo shoot for me. And he'll give me 2-3 different looks, and he'll send me back like 300 photos. And then I could touch it myself with all the apps. You could edit that.
Well, see,
yourself.
the way back in the day when we shot with a Canon, all the would be on that roll.
Yeah.
But digital now is on the SD card, like that SD
Yeah.
card. So we just take it, just give you I give people the SD card. I let them keep the card.
Use an email to me. That's
Or
what she did.
email or Dropbox it.
Dropbox, yeah.
Right, you could do that
So-
too.
That was like, damn, 500. I only got 8 pictures or whatever, 6. I'm like, damn, but I'll get more.
Well, if I did a comp card, you get all the pictures, but we pick 5.
Yeah, you pick 5, but they'll give.
Those are the 5 that go on your
they'll give
card.
the rest for you. just
And
to
those
have.
5s are retouched and
That's
fixed.
how I felt. I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick the 5, but can I have the rest too?
You're supposed to have all of
Yeah,
them.
all of them, because you paid. It's like,
Yeah.
So it's like, and then she said, oh, if you want more, you have to pay.
Because when you
have to pay
pay,
a fee.
when
right?
you pay, yeah,
I just paid you 500. Well, I gotta
Yeah.
pay a fee now for the rest.
you
of
gotta
them?
you gotta give people what they ask for before you start asking them for more money.
But it was like I was like, okay.
Like you ain't do right by me, you already asking for more money. Yeah.
It was like 500, 6 photos, and I gotta pay a fee for more photos of me. That's me. That's me. You're probably gonna delete it or whatever. It is.
Wow.
I gotta pay you a fee to send me the rest. I didn't know. I was younger. I didn't know.
Well, I didn't know that happened. Please, moving forward,
Nah,
like,
it's
keep
cool.
me
It's in the past.
in tow.
Yeah.
But yeah, with a facility that has the mic, has the big room with the backdrop and the green
You
screen.
use another room here,
There's more than one. Yeah, there's another
so
one.
you film other stuff in another room, in the
Yeah.
same place.
Yeah, remember how we was uptown?
Yeah, the big studio.
They have a studio like
Here
that
or something?
here.
Oh, so you.
It's not as
So
big.
now everything you do is here in this building.
No, I use both. Yeah, everything is in
Oh,
this
now
building.
This building. That's cool.
'Cause we have this room.
Yeah.
Then there's another room. I can show it. We're not shooting right now.
No.
The other room is I should show you everything. You know, you can be a member here and you can start using the facility for free.
I think I read a sign something. Members. I checked the website too. I think it says that website.
Just tell her. What's today's day? Every third, the
Yeah,
last,
11. I see the website. I have it.
the
I'll
last
check it out more,
Thursday. So look at the calendar. The last Thursday of the month.
I'll come back.
It's free. You
Next
just,
time I come back, what I'll do is
I know, because you're coming from Jersey.
you could write
This is
a couple
June,
of
man.
things to talk about if you want, like different.
We was like, but we just, it was like, it
We
reminded-
getting into it.
It was like the music of the 80s. Remember how back in the day in the 70s, the Motown sound, it seemed like when the music's going off, it gets slamming at the end. Like the last note be
You
banging.
started talking about, I don't know, kids, your father.
We
I'm
start
like,
getting all the
you
good
going
stuff,
in
and we
now.
already
That's,
have
that's
we already
stuff that
finished.
I want to talk about because it's like
See? I asked you though. You didn't say. You could have
you're
told
the-
me I
you're
would
the
have
one
talked about
asking
it.
the question, so let me
Yeah,
know.
but I want to know what you don't want to talk about, but I want to know what
Just-
you want to talk about too.
Next time, you know, I'm gonna write down. These are the things we talk about. And
2 weeks. That means I don't have to worry about figuring out what I'm gonna do with my next show.
I'll let you know. I'll pick a date.
And we can do 2 weeks. But how much it costs you to come here?
I take a Uber from where I live at to another part of Jersey. That takes to take the bus from that part of Jersey to come to Manhattan. So,
How much is the Uber to the bus?
like $20. Then another like $6 from the bus to go to Manhattan. Then obviously take another bus now.
But
from
you get from 42nd Street.
It
you
left
take
me,
the-
yeah, left
right
me,
here.
a bus left me.
Cause we're on 38th, so
yeah,
you on
bus left me
right here,
40
right?
sign, yeah.
What time is your bus going home?
I don't know what time it runs. It just
Runs,
runs,
oh.
yeah. And stuff. But, you know, I don't have a problem.
No, I'm trying to figure out what it costs you to come here and go back.
Nah, it's cool. Like, it's not a lot. Like, I'm not far from the city. Like, I'm right there. Obviously,
What would you? What? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
What kind of scene would you like to do on the show? Like out of your film that you did, that you're working on, right? Is
Yeah.
the script is already written, or are you working on the script?
Well, the contract.
It's
We almost
called The
done.
Contract.
It's a short film. We're almost done filming. I got to film a couple of
Oh,
more.
you're actually filming it.
Yeah.
Would you like to film some of it on my show,
Uh,
or act it out on my show? Do one of the scenes.
well, I don't want to act nothing now because I'm going to submit that for film festivals, so I don't want to give anything away.
Oh,
But definitely, I was supposed to film soon. I was supposed to film we did film last week, some B-roll shots in Manhattan, and I have to.
but it is good to talk about it on the show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just wanted to show some clips or
Definitely,
something.
I don't have.
Do you have footage that you can send to put on the show? Don't have to act it out on the show.
Of
Like
the,
if you have,
of the movie.
yeah, you have any?
Not
so
of
that I
that.
can sit there
Not
and
of
talk to
that.
you and be like,
Yeah.
well, let's take a look at it, and you bring up a scene.
Not of that, but I am waiting for a project that's supposed to. It's in production called the Cure, which is supposed to be. I'm waiting for the trailer, so when that comes out, if I got the trailer, I could show the trailer.
That's what we should do. We should do the show like today. We just talking, catching up, winging it. But we could do a show, and then I can bring up each clip,
Yeah.
and you could be like, "Oh, I did that. That was when I first started, and that was with my first director."
Now I did that too. The last time I came on your show, remember?
Yeah, but you showed me.
A couple of clips I showed.
Yeah, I have that. That was like back in the
A couple
beginning.
of pictures.
But you can bring it, do it up to date.
Yeah.
This is what I've been doing since. And this is what I got.
Because right
coming
now I
up.
don't have, these are things I'm working on. None of these things are released yet. Everything's post production, so
I wish we could put something together to show to the Screen Actors Guild, so you can get them involved, so you can start getting them to invite you to fundraisers and benefits. There are organizations that want to help young Latino writers and filmmakers. There's Young Filmmakers Foundation type thing. There's something called the Actors Fund. You heard of it?
No.
Well, now you have.
Yeah.
That's your homework. The Actors Fund. Yo, you're going to be like, what? Yo, you could tell by the name. Oh, actually, it's not even the Actors Fund anymore. That's right. It's the Community Fund or something.
Damn, what time?
Yeah, I'm about to go. My ride should be coming.
No, I'm definitely gonna come back on the show. I want to talk more stuff.
Yeah. But see, can I tell you
feel
something?
like me being on your show could help other people want to come by seeing me. Like
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to hit the dude Diesel. I don't know. If he's gonna,
See, that's what Ethan
did he come on your show?
yeah, he laughed the whole time.
He came on your show?
Yep.
And he laughed.
He was supposed to do a scene, he kept laughing. Every time he started the monologue, he started laughing. Then I had him at my house. You haven't been to my house. You gotta come to my place.
Yeah, I will.
So I had him at the house, and I had a girl with him, and
Did you
everything.
record it? I think I seen it.
No, I did. Did you see the one where he did the class? He was playing.
With a girl.
Oh, that's the one with the girl
Couch or something.
on the couch. Yeah,
I seen that.
what was the shooting and they
I seen
did, yeah. But he also did. We were live.
that. Yeah.
We did the show live. We did the class live, and he was playing and joking, making me do the scene over and
That's
over.
the only person that you're coaching right now. Like
I've been working with him since forever, for like 4 years,
he's done stuff.
and he played too much, but he paid me. I cut him off. He come back. He paid me the 400. He paid me like 400 a month for 4 years.
Yeah. Wait, 400 a month he's paying?
He's not paying me no more now. I won't let him pay me no more.
You don't want to take it.
Cause he paid me,
You don't take it seriously.
and he keep playing, get with my stressing me out, and he admits it that he's doing it. He likes stressing me out. He's sick.
This kid,
Something's wrong with him.
young man,
He stressed me out on purpose.
on purpose.
It gets him off. He says.
Sounds crazy.
That's crazy, right? I'm crazy for accepting his money. Well, sometimes that money be right on time, cause it's $400 off the books. But he's a terrible student. I shot his pictures. His pictures look dope. I made him look like a soldier. Then I got the one where he got the doctor look.
I seen that.
The doctor look. It was right on point. The soldier look is killing it because he looked like a soldier. For commercial print work, that soldier look could be United Negro College Fund all day. This pictures came out slamming, and he said when he go to auditions, when he go to like the art openings or whatever casting, he said they love his pictures. But he refused to take any class. He refused to go further. Like when I teach him, he say he can't get mad.
He can't get mad.
He can't get mad.
Can't act mad.
Yeah. Like I'll give him something to do, and
That's easy.
just when he's supposed to like explode, he'll stop.
He can't.
He reach a point and he won't go no further.
He don't have that.
He won't go further. He can't be my protege.
Anger is easy for me.
I know, right? What the hell?
Fuck.
Yeah, so he's not my protege. You're my protege more than he is. But he, even though he gave me more money, he can't light a candle to you. As far as discipline,
Some
integrity.
people don't take it seriously.
Yeah, but see, also everybody's different. Some people have different motives. If they in it for the money, if they in it to be famous, or they in it to be, it's a burning desire. So I want you to think about the coming back. I want to think about exactly what we want to talk about.
I'm gonna write
The
some.
more important stuff, like mom and this everything. But
There's a
then also
podcast.
about, huh?
No, I'm saying it's a podcast. We talk about whatever. You know,
Right, right.
whatever it is.
Well, it has to be about the making. The theme is the making of a star, but I want to show the struggles that come with the business.
Definitely.
There are struggles that come with the
There is.
business.
Because a lot of people think that it's just glamorous.
Mhm.
Oh, you're in a film set. I seen you in the red carpet. Like, all right, but you don't know what's going on in the process of shooting this and things people got to deal with.
And decisions.
You know, people don't sacrifices that sometimes you gotta make as well. Like,
But another thing is when you have to keep a straight face when you going through shit. Like you have death in the family, but you still got to be on set. You know what I'm saying?
My mom died, and when she died 2 months later, I had to look at the project I already was signed up for,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to do it. I wanted to drop out of it.
Exactly.
I did it. 'Cause,
That's when you know that you got what
and
it
I had
takes.
that in my mind, but I'm like, I gotta do this, finish this project off, because I'm already committed to it prior to everything that happened. I can't drop out now.
It's not when it's easy that you know you're dedicated. It's when it gets hard.
People don't know these things. These are things that I love to come and talk about. That's why I was like, next time. Right,
Well, see, that's why you practice first. This is a practice run. We'll do another one
definitely write down, have some notes. Say, okay,
so we can do it better. I don't have a ad and I don't have business cards, so I'm not overwhelmed with people right now. But I'm about to get business cards, and I
think if
am
you come
about
on
to
these
place
shows,
one.
like at least every once in a while,
Mhm.
it'll see people can see. I'm gonna post it on my page.
Mhm.
People see that. Like, oh shit, I want to jump in. I'm like, I'll give you this information.
Dude, everything starts from open mic and showcase. Agents discover people, even A&R people. An A&R person is the same thing as an agent, right? It's just a music business, right? So A&R people, they go right. They go to an open mic and they find Lauryn Hill, or they find Rihanna, and then Rihanna they take her to see Jay-Z, and so that's what I'm trying to do with my show. I'm trying to make my show somewhere where people get discovered. So if it's acting, I did some dope acting scenes on my show. I just didn't send it to no agent because Ethan disappointed me. I had him play a junkie whose friend ODs right in front of him. I took the scene from the movie Rebound with Don Cheadle. I tell you, I take scenes from real movies. Yeah. So that's why I want to say, what scene should we do for you? But I wanna show off your stuff. Like you write a scene, and I get actors to act it out, and rehearse it at my house, and shoot it here, on the show, and then send it to Tyler Perry, and then sit back and eat shrimps while you collecting awards and shit. Didn't I say that before? Ain't nothing changed, just the date. I want my shrimps. Word up. Yeah, my rider's gonna come get me, but they gotta come back. They gotta come because they gotta give me my SD card. They gotta make sure everything